Okay. Okay, so welcome everybody. This is kind of the introduction to Ocusell, which if you are not sure what Ocusell is, it is a listing service that is, it's a dual listing service actually that's offered through FMLS. The office is actually kind of be slowly rolling into using this to replace Swift, because as you guys may or may not know, Swift is a very old system. It can be cumbersome at times and not do the things that we want it to do. So Ocusell also offers the option of using AI, which of course Swift does not. And it also would better allow us to be able to collaborate with you guys, where Swift doesn't. So like you guys don't have access to Swift, but with Ocusell, we could easily collaborate with you. We could input the listing, you can review it. There's just lots of cool features that it offers that Swift does not offer. So on that note, let me go ahead and share my screen. Go. Okay. Okay. Can you all see that?
Yes.
Perfect. Sometimes it takes it a moment to pop up. Okay. So starting off on Center Member, I always like to start here just to remind you guys that Center Member is here. It has a lot of great resources on it. It's also a quick way to get to the things that you guys log into often. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on FMLS. And I'm going to log in here. I've already logged in this morning, so it took me right to where I wanted to be. So when you're on your little dashboard page here, under product directory, you will see Ocusell list, and that's where we want to go. Question?
Yes. Can you tell me what the password is to the meeting? On Ingrid's computer, we can't really hear you, so we need the password. I want to get in on our meeting.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time? I had trouble hearing you. Uh-oh.
Susan, if you want to send me a message in the chat, I can get you sorted while Selena does this.
Thank you, Rachel. Okay, so logging into Ocusell, now I always give you guys the caveat when I do things like this that my screen will look a little bit different than what you all see because as staff, I have access to everybody's stuff. So when you log in, it's going to look just a little bit different, okay? Before you get started in Ocusell at all, the very first thing that you need to do is you need to go to your settings and you need to connect your Georgia MLS account. Because you're going through FMLS, you have to actually go and add your Georgia MLS credentials in. So that way, when you do a listing, it will go out to both systems, okay? All right, so down here at the bottom, you'll see your name. You're just going to click on that little arrow, and then you're going to go to settings. Okay, and then right here where it says connections, you're going to click on that. Okay, now mine, of course, are already connected because we've already started using this system.
Selena, do you mind? Sorry, did you? Oh, it is recording. Didn't see. Okay, sorry, okay. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so when you guys log in for the first time, you're going to see most likely just your FMLS credentials. So right here where it says add credential, you're going to want to click on that. And then you'll click on Georgia MLS and you'll enter your Georgia MLS credentials right here. And then you'll just click submit. And then that will allow you to be able to enter the listing and send it to both systems simultaneously. Okay. Now, Ocusell does also have the option to ditto. Although I think if you're entering a listing, I'm not sure why you would need that function. But just know that that function is there, much like we already do. Some of you like to enter your listings into FMLS and have the office ditto it for you. But since you have the capability of sending it to both systems, if you're a person who likes to do your own listings, then you now have the capability to send it to each thing. The caveat of that would be just please make sure that you let the office know that you've put in a new listing. We will eventually get a notification, but it's really nice if you guys can let us know. That way we can go ahead and add it to our back office systems and enter the information we need to enter. So just make sure that you connect your Georgia MLS to that from the beginning. And then I'm just going to go back to the dashboard here. So I'm going to click on listings. Okay, so the very, very cool thing about Ocusell is it uses a lot of AI. So the advantage of this over, say, doing it through Matrix, which I know a lot of you do already, is you can enter the address and then it's going to go out and pull whatever public information that it has and fill in as many fields as it possibly can. Okay. Now, I will tell you, Haley and I have been using this system. You do still want to make sure that you go through each of those fields and make sure that the information is accurate, because we have found a couple of instances where the information was not correct. So while it's very cool that it goes in and does that and it saves you from having to enter it, you still want to make sure that the information is accurate. Okay. So I'm going to just start by showing you, I'm going to use one of my old previous addresses and kind of show you guys what this looks like. And then we can look at questions that you guys might have, or different features that you guys might want to look at. So over here on the right-hand side, you're just going to click on Add Listing. Okay. We're going to create, so here you can see that it has the different options for you. New, clone from an existing MLS, although this feature doesn't really work because Georgia MLS does not allow you to copy a listing from them over to a different MLS. So this feature would not work going through FMLS. And then you can also import active listings. So like if you have a listing of yours that's maybe about to expire and you're going to want to relist it, you can import the listing that you currently have, change whatever you want to change, and then you can activate it once that other listing has expired. Okay, I'm going to do new from scratch. I'm going to start typing in an address here. Let's see. Yep, here it is right here. Okay. So selecting a listing agent, Palsy, hopefully you don't mind if I use you as an example. If it'll pull you up. There you are. I'm not, you guys know I'm not an agent, so I can't put it under my own name. Okay, so here, very important, you have to make sure that you click on first MLS and then enter the information that they want you to, and then Georgia MLS and enter the information that they want you to, because that's what actually sends it out to each system. So you click on FMLS. This is a single family home, a residential home. It is detached, so I'm going to click on residential detached and then single family. And then I'm going to go to Georgia MLS and residential and single family. And then I'm going to click on submit. And then it's going to take it a moment. So right now it's going out and it's searching for that information that it can find. All right, so it filled in, pre-filled in 39 fields for us. Okay, so that's 39 things that we just have to check to make sure that they're accurate. We don't have to actually type anything in. All right, so now I'm going to click on go to listing. Okay, now another cool function that Tina actually found this out at an event that she was at and shared it with Haley and I is you can actually at this point go ahead and add the photos. And then what Ocusell will do is it will try to fill in some of the features based on the photos that you enter. So what I've done, this is actually a home that my husband and I used to own, so I had photos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the photos and upload that, and then we're going to see what else it fills in for us based on that. So I'm going to come down here to media and documents, list without photos, no. I'm going to upload my photos here. Already gone ahead and okay. Oh, that actually went pretty quickly. Sometimes it takes a minute for the photos. Okay, so we can go ahead. We see the photos look pretty good. It's got all of them there. So right here, this is where you want to click the button, and this is where it's going to fill in whatever information it can based off of the photos. So I'm going to click on populate fields. And then again, it's going to spin for a moment. Okay, so here are the items that it found based off of the photos. So again, you can just kind of go through this, see how accurate it is, which it looks pretty accurate. Carpet, concrete, tile, wood, sloped, yep. Yep, shingle, yep. Okay, so I can click on populate selected data. Now, if you went through this and some of the information wasn't correct, all you would have to do is just uncheck it. Okay. And then click on populate selected data. Okay. All right, so now at this point, you can see over here on the left, these little boxes here that are already checked green. That means those fields are good. Those are done. So again, you still want to check through everything, but what this is telling you is that those fields have already been filled in. If you don't see the little green check mark, that means you're missing something. There's some piece of information that is missing from there, okay? So you would just start just like you do in Matrix. You kind of just start, you go through, you see what has not already been filled in, and you start filling things in. All right, so I can see the street number, all of that has been filled in, county, subdivision name. All right, you can go ahead and directions. You can say, please use GPS. Or a lot of agents like to fill in their own directions, which I think is great. All right, and then you just start filling in pricing. So I'm just going to say 450. All right. So from here, you just start filling in all of the little details. Now, a couple of things to take note of. You guys know that FMLS and Georgia MLS sometimes have different fields with different requirements. So when that happens, you'll have to make sure that I'm scrolling down here to find one. You have to make sure that you fill in both the FMLS side and the Georgia MLS side, okay? Don't forget as well, you do need to have public remarks. Those are required. Also, make sure that you click on this. If you're doing this yourself, the allow internet display, you want to say yes, because that's what allows it to show up on like Zillow and Realtor and all those kinds of things. And then you can decide whether or not you want comments. And then the same thing here, you do want the address displayed. So you want to click yes here. All right, let me find a field where, and see, look, it even populates the schools for you, but like right here, it left off the middle school, so you would have to go in and fill that in. Okay, let's see. Dining room features. Okay, here, this is a good one. So FMLS and Georgia MLS have different options for dining room. So this is one where you would want to go in and make sure that you fill in for FMLS, and it's going to tell you right here where you see this 1 of 2, that's how many spaces you're allowed to fill in, okay? So you can say this. So you can see here it's given you 2 of 2. So you have filled in, you're only allowed to fill in 2 options, and you have filled both of those in. So now you have to come down here to Georgia. It's already got the 1 filled in. There's no other options because, again, Georgia's a little bit different than FMLS, and now you're done. So that's the only thing that you have to really remember is if you're going to be using this to send it out to FMLS and Georgia MLS, is that on some of those fields, there's going to be things that are a little bit different. So you just need to make sure that you fill in the Georgia MLS side. Now, the nice thing is, again, if you don't have everything filled in that's required, you're not going to see that green little check mark here. And when you go to this button right here that says proceed to publish, it's going to say, hey, whoa, stop, you forgot something. And it's going to ask you to go back and fill in that information. Okay. So that's the really quick and dirty 15-minute interview to Ocusell. So what I would love to hear now is what questions you all have. What we think about this AI-powered listing service.
Adam was saying there is still somebody in the waiting room.
Oh,
I
looks
saw
like
a
she's in
message.
now. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Selena, one thing I've figured out that the green check marks on the left-hand side, those will only light up once it's saying that you filled out everything correctly for both FMLS and Georgia MLS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Have you used this a lot, Adam?
I've only tried it once.
Okay.
Not to sound like a sourpuss, but I got kind of frustrated with trying to match up the fields.
Okay.
Maybe I need to give it another try and see if I have better luck with it.
Yeah.
But I also know I had to be real careful. So I'm on a team and I went in as myself
Mm-hmm.
building this listing and then not realizing it. Typically, the way we're set up is it has to go under our team leader, not me. So I had to have your office unwind or change who the primary listing agent is.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess word of the wise, just be real careful if you're, depending on who you're setting it up on behalf of, making sure you're logged in properly.
Okay, that is very good to know. So Tina, I don't know, is that something we could reach out to FMLS and find out if there's like some administrator access we could give them since they're a team? Oh, you're muted, Tina.
Are you saying you can't add Zach as the listing agent or Zach team as the listing agent?
Well,
Or you're just saying you need to remember?
if I'm understanding the way this is set up, um, I would have had to log into Ocusell using the team leader's credentials versus my own to enter this properly. I can't enter it using my own credentials and add the team leader as the primary listing agent.
Right.
We can ask.
Okay.
We'll ask them about it.
Yep. Making a note.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the other thing, just real quick, sorry, Susan. The other thing is, I believe you can save the listing and then you could have Brianna or a team leader then go in and put in the credentials properly, is what I think, but we'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe that's correct as well, but we should definitely double check.
My question was, does Remax Center staff, are you guys using Ocusell or are you still using Swift?
So currently we're still using Swift. We do have the ability to use Ocusell, and the plan is to kind of gradually make the switch over from using Swift to Ocusell.
Because my question is, I don't know how to use Swift. Like previously, we could use the do it at home, like say a listing was going in on Friday and we didn't get our pictures edited back that we could send up, right? And we don't want to make it live with bad pictures. So I don't know how to do whatever Jasmine used to do. I don't know how to do that. Where she could enter it herself once you guys had it halfway entered. If I know that we might be like on the line of needing to, like, say it's a Friday and I might not be able to get it all the way in, can I ask up front, will you enter it in Ocusell so I can finish it if it's touch and go for the weekend? Is that possible?
Yes, now we'll tell you the dual entry form looks a little bit different. So you would have to use the Ocusell dual entry form, which Haley and I have been working on getting those added into app files and also onto Center Member. But absolutely, yes, we can do that.
And is the
There's
dual entry form ever going to be updated for all the fields that are missing that are actually in FMLS and Georgia MLS that are not on the like oversized master? There's some fields that Swift's form does not have that exist in the online FMLS and Georgia MLS, but you can't check them because they don't exist on the form. I was
the
just wondering.
biggest reason we are switching is because Swift is problematic, where it's having problems with parking or issues, and we're messaging Victor and he's not fixing it, and he doesn't seem to care to fix it. So the dual entry forms for Ocusell, and sorry to talk over you, Selena, the dual entries for Ocusell are updated and they have all the fields. And I do think, of course, we all miss bridge, the good old bridge days, but this is the best solution that we have that could be more where we can work together on things. So if you have something that you've already done in Ocusell and you just want us to fill in a couple blanks, we can do that for you. So it gives us a lot more ability to collaborate.
Do you want us to start using the Ocusell dual entry versus the Swift dual entry? Because you know me, I don't enter my own listings. I let you guys do them.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I want you guys to enter my listings. It's one less thing to do.
Yeah.
But Do you want me to use the Ocusell form when it's ready?
Yes. That's the direction we're going with, and it's specifically because Swift does not have everything updated or accurate. So,
I used to
um,
enter listings 30 years ago, and Victor was the grumpy person then. So,
yep,
he
as
ain't
our
changed.
listing secretary that has met a lot of potential from that initial hire. So,
Right.
but yeah, so it's still Victor, still Swift, and while that product is reliable, it also has a lot of issues as time goes on and things have changed that he's just, you
Yeah.
ask him a couple times and he'll just stop responding.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and Susan, I do know, I think that it probably would be best if we switched you over to using the Ocusell forms, because I do know that sometimes like you're ready for your listing to go in, but we're waiting on photos, and then it's like after 5 before you get them. So we can collaborate on that certainly. And that's the thing that I really love about Ocusell is being able to collaborate more with the agents, because Swift, we can't do that. So I mean, there's even the scenario where we can input the listing, and if you want to say, "Hey, I want to look at it before you publish it," you have the ability to do that. With Swift, you don't. So that to me is one of the biggest advantages is being able to work a little bit more together.
So you'll send out the form to everybody when it's available?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Great
Is
questions.
the
What other?
form available, but we're just waiting for it to be put into app file. So it's already available that
Right.
you could send. Yeah.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Like I could send it out.
I fill it in by hand. I do not
Yeah.
Right.
type it.
Right.
I'll take the fill in by hand one. I'm an old lady.
I could, you're not an old lady. I could do that for you, Susan. I'll email it directly to you so that way you have it.
Okay, great.
Yeah, no problem.
Lena, I have a question.
Absolutely.
So we do a lot of relists with our rentals that have
Mm-hmm.
already been listed before, but you mentioned that we cannot clone here. What would
Mm-hmm.
you suggest?
So I would use that import listing. Let me go back 1 second here. So when you click on that add listing, um, I would click import. Now, when you're relisting them, are they already like expired, or are they listings that, like, for you guys, maybe it's something that's been rented, right?
Exactly. It's just closed out already. We're copying it and making a new one.
Right. So you should still be able to use that import function, but maybe if you could give me one and let me just make sure that that works in the way that I'm thinking that it should. So if you have one that you could send to me, like do y'all have one coming up that you're going to relist, or?
Um, yeah. Charlene, are you still on? Do you have one coming soon, Linda?
6115 Colston.
Okay.
6115.
Oh,
Colston, Colston.
Okay. Yep. If you don't mind, let me take a look at that and get back with you.
Thank you.
Of course.
yeah, the marketing photos aren't going to change. They're going to stay the same.
Okay. Make a note of that too. Okay, great. Excellent. So I would love if anybody does choose to try this out to do your own listing. I always love feedback. And like Adam, thank you for sharing your experience. I know Paul has used this numerous times. So yeah, anything that anybody would like to share, I would love to hear. Because Halen, I've been working in the system for a few months now, but I feel like every time I go in, I figure out something new. So always looking to learn new things from folks. All right. Any other questions or thoughts? No. Good. Okay. Well, guys, I am so glad that you came today. Y'all know I like to try to make it as quick as possible because I know your time is very valuable. So if you do think of any other questions, please feel free to reach out to myself or Haley, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. And Susan, I'll get you those forms emailed over. And Tina, do we want to, when we get those forms added into app files, are we going to do like a notification or? How do we want to do that? Ryan.
Yes, we can send a notification. Are you going to say hi? Hi.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi.
So cute. So cute.
Yes, we can
Awesome.
send a notification that they're added.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I hope you have a great rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Ryan.